So Dove vs. Crow wrapped up very recently, with an insanely close win for Crow. Like, seriously, Dove only lost by 0.02 points. But enough about that, I want to talk about how the festival went and all the new stuff added to it. Since I think this festival was insanely good. Every edition is absolutely phenomenal, and it's clear a ton of effort went into everything. But first, I want to start with what I got wrong in my prediction video. Firstly, Zuka's shop was sadly delayed to a patch between festivals because Ada wasn't feeling well enough to finish it. It's of course disappointing, but I'm very understanding of it since health is easily more important when working on a game. Fighter Mastery also obviously didn't come since that's likely going to be with Zuka's shop. Illumina has once again just not come, and to be honest, I have no idea when he'll ever show up now. Broker remains stationary his little alley away, though the phone is now gone, so that's something at least. And lastly, we did not receive any maps that were just available for the festival, only permanent additions. The start of Festival was easily the most content-filled day, bringing Scythe, tweaks to Bread Factory, and the endorsement system. I'll start off with the endorsement system first. So at the end of each round now, you can throw hearts at people to endorse them, which for now just seems to be a second currency needed for some skins. It overall doesn't have much of a use right now. Next up are the Bread Factory tweaks. In terms of aesthetics, it's got some new stuff. The lighting feels pretty different, and the crusher now gives off dust particles whenever it crushes. Spawn has also been improved quite a bit, making an already good map far better. And then we have the star of the show, Scythe. So in terms of balance, she's fine thankfully. Not overpowered, not underpowered. I say she's probably in the middle of the fighters viability wise. But is she fun? Well, for me, it's an easy yes, as I find every fighter in this game fun, but for me personally, she does not stack up too well against the others for me. I still do find her really fun, but if I'm feeling like playing her ranged, my first choice will still remain as Rocket. Day 2's update was the Doomspire map remake, which is a very, very good remake. Spawn now has 2 possible areas you can choose to exit from. This adds some pretty good variety to the map for me. The layout is also much better. I really dig the asymmetrical layout it takes on. And my biggest issue with Doomspire, being the plane, has it made something that is actually very fun to play around now. Basically, whenever the plane that kills you shows up, a small glass window on the floor of the point will open up. This allows low mobility fighters to drop below point and avoid the plane much easier. There's also a brand new plane that comes whenever it decides to stay on the point. It's much more flat and is actually pretty fun to fight on. Overall, an incredibly solid map remake. And surprisingly, this is the weakest out of the 3 map remakes we got. Now, day 3 was the second and also the last day where we received more than one new addition to fighting, which I'm personally fine with. The first thing we got for day 3 was a new skin being Cocograft, who's been stuffed into the back of Catshot's locker. And I really like Cocograft. It's an adorable skin with some really funny sound effects. I'm not quite sure if it's my favorite, however, as Betagraft is still just an insanely cool skin, but Cocograft could very easily become my favorite any day. Now on to the second part of day 3, and easily the far more bigger part, the Banland remake. And I was blown away by this one. I had always had a weird relationship with Banlands, to be honest. I loved the music that played on the map to death, but the quality of the map was just pretty poor to me, so I didn't like voting for it too often. Now that problem does not exist because this map is so insanely good looking. And hell, it's available on both game modes now, which makes it even more replayable for me. And despite that, I wouldn't even call it the best map remake still. Now day 4, this is where the best map remake lies in my opinion. Darkish Cliffs was a map that, I'll be honest, I really didn't like before the remake. I'd say it was very easily in my bottom 3, heck, maybe even my least favorite map in the game. But with this remake, I can very confidently say that this is in my top 3 favorite maps in fighting. Just look at this, it's so insanely good looking. Not only does it look good though, it also plays so much better. Being far more small and compact, having a much more interesting layout, and this little tree in the center of the map on Conquer is just really nice. Overall, an insanely good map remake. I'm glad that this one was kept as a surprise from us. Day 5 was just the addition of Shureilong, which I don't have much to say about, to be honest. I just like the skin, it looks very nice with his new attire, but ultimately, I still prefer the fish over this. Now Day 6 had no content and was just festival results, so I'll skip over and go straight to Day 7. Day 7 was probably the day I was most surprised, to be honest. First of all, it was a good friend's birthday today, but more importantly, to fighting, it was a Hyperlaser's birthday today. And since a Hyperlaser skin won in the festive skin contest, the logical choice would be to have Laser come out today, right? Shooter Teapot Observatory. Yeah, so apparently instead of adding Hyperlaser's skin on Hyperlaser's birthday, we got an entirely brand new map. I'm not complaining, I'm just very surprised is all. And hey, this is a very good map. It looks beautiful, I love how unique the setting is compared to most other maps, and the upper area of the constant spinning is also very nice. My only gripe with this map is the fact that my main, being skateboard, doesn't feel too good to play on this map. Especially in the cool spinning area. Most of the time I just fall in a hole and have to waste time getting back up there. But other than that, this is an amazing map. Alright, so Day 8, nothing happened. Day 9 we got our last skin for the festival, Laser. I once again don't have much to say, just like Shureilong. Cool skin, I prefer the all-seeing eyes to it however. And then the next thing that happened was festival's results getting announced. Crow had won by 3-2 and received their skin, being Vine Splash. This is easily the most unique skin we've ever gotten in fighting. It's really cool. But for me personally, I do sort of dislike how really cluttered this skin is. So personally, I'm going to be sticking a Valley Staff over this. And that was Dove versus Crow. Easy highs for me were all the new maps we got. Every one of them was seriously so well done, both visual and gameplay wise. One was Bin vs Possess, but if I'm gonna be honest, I much prefer to this one. On to the next one it is now. But for now, see ya.